Thanks for taking some time to watch this in-depth demo on Reputation Shield and how it can really help your business in terms of managing your online reputation as well as social media marketing and some of the other key benefits that you may be interested in at this moment. So in this instance, we're looking at Reputation Shield for banks and for any business in the finance industry. So let's jump right in. For this demo, we're looking at UMB Bank, one of our clients, and here's some of the basic information. We're right here in the back end of Reputation Shield, and it's kind of asking us, okay, what's the key information you would like us to go and look at all of these major search engines and review sites and put yourself up against this information as being the correct info. So we put in the correct address, the correct phone number, website, put in the business category as financial services, some service keywords, banking and finance. You can plug in key persons if you've got some high profile people that you want to make sure that their online reputation isn't hurting your business's online reputation. You can plug that in here as well as some competitors. We've put in Commerce Bank and US Bank and some common business names. So some people just search UMB instead of UMB Bank. So as well as Twitter searches, and we'll get into that a little more in depth. So let's click out of that and let's go right to the main page here. So on the main page, you're going to see all these tabs: overview, visibility, reviews, mentions, social, competition, and reports. So let's start with the overview. Kind of brings everything together on one page. It's telling us that there's a 76% presence score at this point in time. 4 listings are found with accurate information. There's 15 with errors, and 6 are missing from their listing sites. So that's something that you may want to look into if you're the marketing manager. We can look at what are we doing in terms of reviews. Okay, we've got 3 positive, we've got 2 negative. That gives us a 60-40 percentage. If you've got more reviews, I mean, you could see how this pie is going to fluctuate. See what you're doing in terms of online mentions and share of voice in terms of the competitors that you've plugged in. So US Bank and a share of voice for the term banking in Kansas City, Missouri. Looks like US Bank has a big piece of that pie, Commerce Bank, and then UMB Bank. So you can see where you are doing well and where you may be lagging in terms of the share of voice for yourself in regards to your competition. You can see where some of your top positive mentions are and top negative mentions. And you can go in here and you can adjust this little bar and see, okay, oh, that was a positive one if I say so myself, or you can find one that says it's positive and you can say, okay, there's a little negativity on there, so and you can take a look at it and address it right from that online portal. When we click on visibility, it kind of tells us where the 76% presence score is actually coming from. So we see Bing, Google Plus, Yahoo. We see, okay, Google Plus is saying they found our listing here, but there's possible errors. Let's see what it's saying. Okay, 1010 Grand Boulevard. Not really that big of an issue. Boulevard is spelled out here instead of BLVD like we want it to be in our kind of look at this is how it should look online. So you can verify it's correct, and you can just right from that portal, it'll say, okay, your listing has been successfully corrected, and that's an easy way. If you do find errors where it says you are not listed, like for example, they're not going to be listed, let's find one in Facebook here. You're not on Facebook, but you can find possible matches. So you can go right to the door and you can see, is this mine, is this mine? Or somebody just creating one, or maybe they do have one and there's information missing. So you can see where it could be helping you, could be hurting you, and you can make the corrections right there. You can click on your reviews. It looks like there's only a handful of reviews for UMB Bank. I mean, them being a bank, it's going to be kind of tough to find some reviews, but you may want to have more of a social presence in terms of online mentions and reviews, something you could push for in your marketing efforts. So for example, here we see there's 3 4-star reviews, there's 2 1-star reviews, and that could be hurting you. Even though it's only 2, people are finding this and they're, going to make a decision on your business based on this. So, they don't keep their loan commitments. You can go in here and you can share this. You can see, okay, what are the details of this? You can go in and you can say, you can have your followers fight for you, or you can go in and do a whole marketing campaign and say, we're so sorry about this. Come on in. How can we, address this situation? This is not how we do business. You can see all the possibilities right there. And then you can schedule that to be sent out to your followers, or you can just send it out right then and there. So a cool way to kind of join in on that social conversation right in one easy to use portal. So when it comes to mentions, you can take a look at what's what's going on Twitter, what's going on the web in terms of UMB Bank in this instance. So you take a look and you can see, okay, UMB Bank, there's a little photo of the interior. Maybe, here's a banker here. Here's an outside picture of one of the buildings. Make sure that you've got a good online reputation going when it comes to Facebook, Twitter, photos, news articles that may be out, and really take advantage of the positive and address the negative ones, all from one spot. And you don't have to go crawl the web and type in your own search terms. Reputation Shield will do that for you. When we click on social, if we had a Facebook and if we had a Twitter page, we would see them reflecting right here. Right here, Foursquare is the only one that's reflecting, and it's telling us that all time there's 2,280 check-ins. And in this period, being July, they had 16. So doing pretty good in terms of people checking in. And so they may want to look into their Facebook and Twitter and plug it into here. I know they do have it, but whoever's managing this one hasn't gone in and plugged it in to monitor where they've been. You can see what's going on with all your recent activity right here. Craig's saying, hey, I talked to Miranda, she's awesome. Okay, cool. There's some interaction going on right there. This competition tab is really where you can take a look at your online voice and see where you can get ahead of your competition or where you are, really lagging. So these two basic terms, banking and finance. How is UMB doing in terms of sharing these two terms amongst their competitors? Looks like US Bank is taking a big chunk, understandable, they're a huge conglomerate. And what you would want to do is you would want to make sure that you're where you want to be in terms of sharing this social voice. And you can plug in different key terms based on your industry or the specifics of what your business is offering. Then you could take a look in this social audience section and you can see how are you doing in comparison to your competitors when it comes to Facebook, Twitter, Foursquare, and we can go in and we can add the profiles for each one of these locations right here, and you get a nice little graph telling you how you're doing in terms of likes, followers, and check-ins, and see how that social interaction is going, and growth as well. And then, of course, you can get a customized report. It looks like they've been getting executive reports since March, which is pretty cool. And this goes out weekly to somebody within our company, but you can have it sent out to a handful of key people within your business, and you can have it go out daily, you can have it go out weekly, monthly. You're in control of that. It just depends on how in-depth you want to get with looking at where you are in terms of your online reputation. So that's basically Reputation Shield in a nutshell and everything that it offers. So you can really see all the perks it has for a business in terms of really helping you with your online reputation, your social media management, as well as really jumping into a lot of those social conversations and essentially pulling leads, turning negatives into positives, and just joining in on a lot of that positive conversation that's out there and turning it into a sale for you guys. So let me know if you have any other questions. I would love to go in depth, maybe even plug your company in for a real-time demo, and we can move forward from there. So thanks again for your time. I hope you found this very useful and it's something that you can use for your company. We'll talk to you soon.